knock on wood, I was on a transplant list. I was in liver failure and was dying, but I never had to have a transplant.
Oh, wow.
And I'm super grateful for that. But the Wilson's disease itself is just, I have liver disease and cirrhosis of the liver, dealing with things on a daily basis that suck. But as far as the transplant, my uncle 30 years ago, he had a
That was
transplant.
it. Yeah, yeah. I remember you saying that was it.
He and then basically he was fine, but unfortunately, and I would like to share with your audience as well, is make sure that you continue to take your anti-rejection drugs, because he didn't, and then he recently passed away within the last 4 years. So my mother was asymptomatic, and she was making sure that, and I have an older brother, that we would never have it. And the doctor was like, "Oh, the odds of your children having this, because it's a recessive on both sides of the gene, the genome or whatever, the male and female." Yeah. So long story short, it turns out I have Wilson's disease. I'm living in Northern California, and I'm running a yoga studio, and I'm working at a fantastic vegan, predominantly raw vegan restaurant, living my greatest life. And then, I don't know, out of the blue, I started to become really, really, really tired. And then my ankles, out of nowhere, they started to swell up like softballs.
Yeah.
My feet blew up. Did
Yeah.
that happen to you?
Yeah, my feet and more my stomach, water
Oh,
retention for me.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
that was the next part, like the distension in my stomach
you look
was
like you're pregnant.
nuts. It
Yeah.
totally. I have some pictures that it's absurd. It is absolutely absurd, in the kind of tension that created in my body. Horrible.
Yeah, I mean,
I definitely felt totally not at the same pace as most of my classmates. And I was diagnosed with ADD in third grade,
yeah.
which, instead of being diagnosed with ADD, that's where I believe it was Wilson's disease. Like, my body used to like act out. Like, I would be doing all those things that you see like the children in India doing, because they're fighting something internally that's like
Yeah.
pretty much killing them. And I used to do that, and then so they thought it was a muscle tic, which that's one of the things, but that also then affected me neurologically. Um, a lot of anger, a lot of mood swings, um, and you can only imagine. I've always been tall, I've always stood out, I've always had more of a the focus on me getting in trouble. So I was always a troublemaker, teachers, and then compound that with like a learning disability, and like feeling frustrated that you just don't get it. Like, I don't understand this.
Oh, I
And I,
definitely had that. The
mm-hmm.
feeling frustrated. I remember being at home to talk about it, but basically in tears in bed one night from being at school, and I was just, I don't understand. And my dad sort of sat down and he told me about Einstein and all these other people that were, at school maybe they struggled, or they were dyslexic, or they weren't perfect in every way, but they were still good in their field, and yeah, it sort of, yeah, that helped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
That's
definitely
nice.
had that feeling of struggling and not knowing why.
That's why I think I'm a really good teacher. It's why I've become a teacher as a profession, because I've learned like how you approach educating people on things that they just don't either get, or they're not
So
comprehending. And
how
like,
are you feeling now? You're on your medication. I obviously see you're out working. You're doing bits.
yeah, you know, every day is a new day. Prior to the pandemic, business was great. I've been really pursuing postural ergonomics and working with people, ironically, in the office space, on how to set their desk up properly, and how to work with posture and how that relates to well-being, productivity, creativity, these channels. And now it just so happens that now I do it virtually, similar to our Skype session here. You know, just celebrated 6 years of marriage last month. Got to give it up for my wife. She is a saint for putting up with me. She's really, really good about, making sure I stick to my diet. And you need that kind of advocacy.
Yeah, thank you very much, and we'll stay in touch. And when I come out to America, it'd be lovely to meet up in New York.
We'll have a non-alcoholic pint.
Yeah, definitely.
That's beautiful.
Definitely.
Well, I appreciate it again, Danny. Thank you so much.
No, thank you, Daniel.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.